Hi, welcome to my Conjuring review. It's directed by James Wan, written by Chad W. Hayes and Chris Hayes. Stars Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Sterling Gerrans, Lily Taylor, Shannon Kook, Ron Livingston, Joey King, Mackenzie Foy, Haley McFarlane, Shanley Caswell, Joseph Becerra, Kyla Deaver, Josh Brotherton, and it's about a family who moves into a new house, the Perrin family, and weird things start happening. Not the most unique concept, but I think James Wan did it very well. This is a movie based off the Warrens and their cases, and the Warrens are played by, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Now on to the positives. Vera Farmiga as Larry Warren and Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren were great. They were great on screen together. They had really good chemistry. Really gave the movie even more heart than it already had. With the family, which is another positive, is they felt like a real family dealing with something that they don't understand. Most people wouldn't. And they're scared. All the daughters were all great. Children can be a question mark in horror movies, or really any movie, because you don't know if they're going to be good or not. But they were great. The mother, played by Lily Taylor, was great. Roger, played by Ron Livingston, he was also really good. He wasn't stereotypical like most fathers are in horror movies. He actually cared about his family and didn't just call them crazy, because he was noticing that there was some weird stuff happening as well. So he believed them and actually took a risk on something that he didn't even know if he believed in. The scares were also a big positive because they all built tension very well. They all built the tension. There were jump scares, but the jump scares were done, in my opinion, the right way, where they built tension and then jump scared you. And what jump scared you was meant to jump scare you. It wasn't like some cat coming out of a cupboard or something like that. So another big positive. Also, how much James Wan makes you use your imagination in certain scenes, which I'll talk about later in the spoiler section. Really, really smart. Really added to the tension because you didn't know what they were seeing. You didn't know what they're dealing with up until a certain point in the movie. And even the side characters, they had really good interactions as well, especially with Brad and Drew, who were part of the crew of Ed and Lorraine Warren, who helped investigate the house. And that's another thing I really like. I really, really like that they made them skeptics. They didn't just say, "Oh, this is a ghost." They even showed a scene debunking something, which I thought was really smart. It's not really a spoiler. And I thought that was really smart. Really made it feel more natural, like something somebody would do in the real world. And that's what my positives. Now, on to the spoilers. How I talked about they make you use your imagination. There is one scene where Joey King's character, Christine, got her leg pulled by something you couldn't see, and then she thought her sister did it, but she didn't. And then she looked into the corner in the room, the dark corner, after looking under her bed, which, don't look under your bed, please. That's just not smart if there was actually a person there. And We couldn't see anything, but Christine was freaking out about it, like saying, "Oh my god," and stuff like that, which really added to the tension because I don't know what she's seeing. And then when her sister, who didn't see the thing either, walked to the corner and said, "Oh, there's nobody here," and then Christine's like, "It's right behind you, or standing right behind you." That gives me shivers on my spine, thinking of something that you can't see. Another good one was they had this game that they played called Hide and Clap, where one person's blindfolded and people hide and then they have to clap. Some really, really good scenes with using that. Like one where it was just. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Carolyn and April at home because Roger was on a trucking trip to go deliver stuff to Florida, and the other girls were at school. April hid in, I think, Andrea's room, if I remember correctly, and she went, or no, sorry. Caroline goes into Andrea's bedroom. She was in Nancy and Christine's bedroom, and she heard, and you as a viewer saw hands come out of the viewer saw hands coming out of the thing cupboard thing, and they clap. So obviously Caroline goes and checks because she thinks April's hiding in there. But then when she gets there, April comes in the door and says, "You weren't even close." And just really tense and creepy stuff. Even though it doesn't have like the music, it doesn't have that. It just has the people in the scene and the sounds that the people make in the scene. Speaking of the hide and clap thing, the night Roger came home, Caroline and Andrea and all of them were dealing with something attacking them. Specifically Caroline, who first goes and then sees the door open to the basement. This is the one not smart thing I think the character did, but she went into the top of the basement stairs and then said, "Whoever you are, I'm going to call the police or call the cops." And the door slams on her, and then she gets knocked down the stairs. And a ball, after like 10 seconds or so of just non-music and just kind of sitting there tense, all that happens is a ball comes out, rolls rolls close to her, and then she runs up the stairs as the light explodes. And I really like that they tied back to the hide and clap scene because one of the ghosts is a child who was killed by Bathsheba, who possessed the mother and killed the child. And he's like, all of a sudden you hear in the darkness, "You want to play hide and clap?" And gives you the chills just thinking about it. And really, I remember when I first watched that, it scared the crap out of me. I wasn't expecting it. I never watched the trailers, and I was more new to horror films at the time, so that was probably the scariest movie I've seen I had seen at the time. And all the third act was just really well done, where they had to stop Caroline, who was possessed by Bathsheba at this point, to stop her from killing the two children, April and Christine. I know April was there. I think Christine was there. And they stop her, and then Patrick Wilson's Ed Warren has to perform an exorcism. Now it's just really, really intense. Really tense. including when they have to like talk Caroline into fighting back to save her child because they couldn't get into the hole that she and April were in when she was still possessed. Another thing I thought they did very well was they set up other things for the universe to use, like Annabelle, but they did it very well because that was the first scene in the movie. Ed and Lori Moore, and yeah, investigating, taking the account of the people dealing with the doll, and just it's really creepy scene with what they show. Really, really gets you excited for what's next. And that's it.